Welcome back. This is Easily Confused Words, Episode 3. Our first set of words is good versus well. Now, our difference here is one's an adjective and one's an adverb. So as a reminder of what that means, you can have a good dog. You can have a good pizza. You can write a good paper. Running? Not that. Actions you do well. You can dance well. You can ride a bike well. You can play basketball well. If you want to talk well, don't use good. Good's an adjective. Next pair is it's, meaning belonging to a thing, versus it's, the contraction of it is. So it's is just like his or hers. It belongs to a thing, like your cat. Its bowl. These words, none of them get an apostrophe. Not his, not hers, not its, when you mean its bowl. It is, the contraction. When you put these words together, we're going to take out letter I and use an apostrophe where it was. So it's, meaning it is, has an apostrophe. Contractions always do. Our next set is 3 words. Later versus latter, meaning the second of 2, versus ladder, the thing you climb on with steps. So later is just an extension of late. So if it's not too late, you can say I'll get up later. It's just late with an R on the end. Latter is kind of an old-fashioned word. But if you're going to use it, it means the second of 2. So out of these 2 guys, this guy is the latter. In general, it's okay to say last, but if you're going to use the word ladder, don't mix it up with ladder, this thing you climb on. If it helps, think of those D's in the middle like stick man's feet. The ladder is where you put your feet, those D's. Next pair is lead, like in your pencil, or especially like the metal, which is what the pencil part was named after, versus led, like you led the horse on the rope. Now, the simplest way I can explain this is you have a little word and a big heavy word. The metal and the pencil lead, they're the big heavy word. More letters. Next we have less, meaning a smaller amount of some substance, especially things like liquids, versus fewer, like you might have fewer chips. So let's take a look at fewer first, because your question here to decide which one you want is, can I have a few? If it makes sense to say a few of something, then when you don't have as much of it, you want to say fewer. You can have fewer French fries after you eat some, or when you give some to your friend. You can have fewer books on the table. And you can have fewer pencils in the jar, because it makes sense to say, can I have a few fries? There are a few books on the table. There are a few pencils in that jar. If you can have a few, you can have fewer. What about things where we would not ask for a few? For those things, we say less. So if you drink some milk, you don't have fewer milk, you have less milk, because you never have few milk. If you give away some of your slime, you don't have fewer slime, that's just one big mass. You have less slime. And if you go to the beach and come home, you have less sand in your shoes than you left at the beach. You don't have a few sand. Sand is this big mass of stuff. You have less. And finally, we have lay, like to set stuff down, versus lie, when you go and rest your body somewhere. So the key here is going to be the vowel in the middle. I lie. I lie down when I want to go rest. but I lay your cards on the table. A in the middle. You lay things on the table, but I lie down. That's it for this week's Easily Confused Words. See you next time.